Hey guys, I am Corey Abraham and I'm going to talk to you guys today about the three-way call. So you are taking your prospects through our funnel, right? And the goal is to get them through the funnel at a decent pace, a quick pace even. The longer that it takes you to take a prospect through a funnel, the more reasons they're going to have to think about why it might not be a good fit, or they're going to talk to somebody who might have something negative to say. So you want to get them through quickly. So they're interested in your business. Now what, right? So you've already shared what's in it for them. You've shared a little bit about your story, maybe a brief company overview. This is the thing. You want to make sure that you are still detached from the outcome. So that's one thing you need to keep in mind always. And then the other thing is that you are just trying to help them figure out if it's the right fit for them. We are not in the business of convincing ever, so just get that out of your minds right now. The quicker you do that, the better it'll be. No convincing. We just want them to find out if it's a good fit for them, if we can address their pain points. So you've already done those things. What's in it for them, your short story, and your brief company overview. And now you say, would you like to learn more to see if this is a good fit? If yes, and you have an event coming up, a sneak peek or something like that within the next 24 to 48 hours, invite them to that event. If you do not, then you set up a three-way call. So that's where this comes into play. So if this is really a good fit and you can use the three-way call, the event that's coming up maybe next week as you use it to sort of push them in that direction. The reason you need to set up a three-way call. So you say, if this is a good fit, we really should get started and take advantage of our event next week to start growing your team and your customer base. So you want to set up the three-way call for now. Again, you want to do it as quickly as possible so people don't get cold feet and jump ship. So set up the three-way call, get them through that funnel. So after reviewing everything, this is what you say, after reviewing everything, I know you're going to have some questions. So let's schedule a time to talk so we can get them all answered. I'm going to invite my friend and business partner, who's your upline, to join us. You don't say the upline part, you just say, who's my friend and business partner, to join us. She'll be able to give you another perspective, and together we can figure out if this is a good fit for you. Okay? So that's what you're going to say to your prospect. So then you're going to have your upline either has prearranged times that are available, or you're going to find out about 3 times that work for your prospect within the next 24 to 48 hours. So sit down 3 times, 25 minutes max for each time. Nail down 3 times and then share that with your upline and work out the time that will work best for you guys. And then you're not going to ask your prospect, you're going to tell your prospect what the next step is. So the next step is having a conversation with my business partner. And then you just use the language I just mentioned. Then for new coaches, it's important to have a pivot statement. They're going to be asking you questions. Answer the ones you're comfortable answering, but there are going to be some questions that arise that you are not comfortable answering. And you're like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. That's when the three-way call is so imperative. It's so important, right? So you say, those are really great questions, and it definitely sounds like you want more information. So let me tell you what we're going to do next. And that's when you set up the three-way call. So three-way call, what is it? What does it look like? How do you do it? Why do you do it? First of all, why? So number 1, it provides compelling third-party legitimization, right? If it just comes from you that, you're great, incredible, and all those things, and we know that, but they may not know that. So it just provides that extra legitimization. The second thing is it allows your upline to train you on how to handle those objections and close the deal. So when you're listening, you're taking notes, and you can learn to do this for your coaches in the future. Number 3, it moves your prospect through the funnel. Like we said, we don't want the funnel all jammed up. We want to keep prospects moving through the funnel. And the 4th thing is it's duplicable, right? So you're teaching your coaches what to do. Then when they are part of your team, they can do the same thing and have three-way calls with you as the upline. So the how, you get your prospect on the phone first, then you converse in your upline. Make sure you've practiced this beforehand so you don't do it for the very first time and it's awkward and you can't figure it out. Make sure that you've done it before. Do a test run with your spouse or someone else, but conference the prospect in first, then conference in your upline. Now, before you actually get your upline on the call, you should have already told your upline the person's name, where they're from, what they currently do, what they previously did, business-wise or work-wise, how you know her or him, why you think that they would be good at coaching, what has attracted that person to the business, whether that person's hardworking or driven, any other strengths that she has or he has, and then concerns or objections that he or she has already raised. So give all that information to your upline prior to the call. Text, email, whatever, the day before, a few hours before, whatever. So they already are sort of aware and they can be thinking of how they want to approach the call. And then their clear goals for the call. You want to enroll a new business partner. Second, you could possibly book a follow-up. Or the third goal would be to ask for referrals or enroll them as a customer. This business is not for everyone. If it's not for this particular prospect, then you can always get referrals and enroll them as a customer because we still have the best products, right? So who can't benefit from the best programs, the best fitness programs and nutrition supplements in the world? So that can always be a fallback. Now the flow of the call, the introduction, keep it short, about 1 minute max. How you know each other, why she'd be great, what's in it for her. Okay, so let me give you an example. If Stephanie were my upline, she is not, but if she were, I might say, Stephanie, this is on the call. Stephanie, I want to introduce you to my friend Amy. Amy and I work together in DC. Amy's a lawyer in DC. We worked at the same law firm together. And she's an awesome person, one of the most magnetic and outgoing people you'll ever meet. And I'm really excited for her to learn about our business and see how this could fit into her life. She left the law firm world to stay home with her kids, and she would love to have some extra income. Okay, boom, that's it. So 1 minute max. And then you go straight to your prospect and say, Amy, I'm thrilled you get to talk to my friend Stephanie. She'll give you her perspective and answer any questions that you have. Stephanie, I'll let you take it from here. And then you're done. You don't say anything else unless there's a question directly asked to you of you. Okay, then you are completely done and you let your upline take control of the conversation. You just stop talking for the duration. So the upline will set the tone at that point and take the pressure off. And she will say something like, I remember being in your shoes, Amy, and I wasn't sure what to expect on a call like this. First of all, let me reassure you, I'm not in the business of convincing at all. It's simply my job to share my experience and answer any questions you have to see if it's a good fit for you. Does that sound okay? And then that's just all the pressure removed. She understands then that she's just sharing her own personal experience. So then the upline will share her story, highlight any common points that they have, pain points if she came from corporate America or has similar goals or whatever it is. Highlight those for sure. And then anything that's relevant. And then the upline will ask the prospect why she's intrigued by the business. And then she'll tailor her answers to those responses. So that's really important. And then the next step is she'll briefly share the facts of our business. So no stories, no more stories. This is just the facts. Quick overview of maybe the comp plan or income potential, very, very, very succinctly. That's the important part. Don't go into legs, how you cycle, all of that. Just very briefly explain what we do, our company, and then income potential. Then she would say something like, I've shared a lot of information with you. What questions do you have? Then the most time spent on the call is spent answering questions, overcoming objections, that type of thing. After that's done, then on a scale of 1 to 10, where are you? 1 being you want to run far, far away and never talk to any of us ever again. 10 being, you're ready to do this. Sign me up. Where's the dotted line? Sign me up right now. Okay, most of the time you're not going to get a 10. So if you get a 1 to 4, you'll just say, you know what, it doesn't sound like this business is a good fit for you. And then move on to the customer referral conversation. But we still have some amazing products, or I would be really honored to have you as a customer, or maybe you know some people who I can help. This is what I'm looking for. And then you fill in the blank, you fill in traits that describe that person too. So make sure that they can go, oh, maybe this is something down the line that they might decide to do. But generally people have other people in mind who may be a good fit. So that's where you throw in the referral situation if they're about a 1 to 4. If they're a 6 to 7, then You say, what questions can I still answer? It sounds like there's still some hesitation. What questions can I answer for you? And you go back to the overcoming objections. And if they're an 8 to 9, they're probably going to sign up right after the call. They may still need to talk to their husband, their spouse, or whatever, but chances are they're going to sign up after the call. And you would set up a follow-up appointment, an enrollment appointment within 24 to 48 hours. And it's important to stick to that timeline. So then you would do that. If they want to talk to their husband, you can always offer that as well. I talk to husbands all the time. Maybe you would like for me to set up a call with your husband. If you do that, make sure that you set a time for that within 24 to 48 hours. Once again, so always set those times for the follow-up appointment, or the enrollment appointment is what I call the final one. Now, ways 3 ways can go wrong. Too long. If it's longer than 15 to 25 minutes, that's too long. You schedule a follow-up, or you send them more information that they can review on their own. You just don't want to overwhelm them. And it's not duplicable, right? Who has 45 minutes? Most uplines certainly don't have that. Most people who work don't have 45 minutes or an hour in a day to set aside to talk to people. So it's just not duplicable. And then chances are you're just sort of going on and on and on and rambling. You don't need to do that in this call. There's training that'll be available once they do sign up. So you don't need to teach them the business at this point. You're just fielding those objections. And let the downline know how much time you have before the call. So if you have 15 to 20 minutes, make sure they know I have 20 minutes. So they can be watching the clock and say, I think Corey has to go, or whatever it is, and they can wrap the call up at that point. The second thing that could make it go wrong is if your business partner doesn't set up the call correctly in the intro, so there's just awkwardness, like you're just all sitting there on the phone, nobody's introducing anyone or whatever, just awkward. So make sure that you understand how to introduce and get the call going. And then the third thing is if the upline doesn't fact find at the beginning. So allow them to tell you about their life and their pain points, so you can demonstrate that people just like them have had success, right? So the way you do that is you would say, so Amy, my friend gave you a great introduction, but I would love to hear a bit more from you about your life, what it is about our business that intrigues you. Then let them start telling their story. So you want to make sure that you're directing the conversation. If they love the fact that Beachbody is a great community, then you'll focus on that and the different ways that you connect with your team and get support and all of that type of thing. If they're interested in the fact that you can do it as a busy mom, then you can pull stories from busy moms who've had success working this business and how you fit it into pockets in your day. Talk about those types of things. So really always relate it back. Now, the next step will be to guide your prospect to a decision. So after answering questions, replaying what the prospect has told you, so make sure you're taking notes, and then you can say it back to them, or you're paying attention. Then you also replay the what's in it for them. So this is what it'll look like. Amy, I think this would be a really great fit for you. I know you want to find a way to pay off those law school loans. You want to be able to stay home with Annabelle and Maxwell, your kids, at the same time. It sounds like you could squeeze this business in around the other busy parts of your life. I know you love people. You said you like the idea of helping others succeed. I think this could work really well for you. What do you think? Do you agree? Then the next step would be, that yes, they do. Enrollment appointment, sign them up. If there's still hesitation, you got to keep digging, right? You can't educate about what's hidden, so you have to keep digging. Find out what the hesitation is. So you keep asking questions. Is it because you don't fully understand the comp plan? Is it because you don't fully understand the business model? Are you worried about what others would think? Whatever it is, you get to the bottom of it. Find out their hesitations, and so you can overcome those. But ultimately, you tell them, ultimately you've got to be willing to believe you deserve more than whatever their pain point is. So you ask them about their plan B if they still have hesitation. What's your plan B? If you don't do this business, if not through Beachbody, what's your plan B to achieve that why? Whatever they told you their why was, what is your plan B to achieve that? And then the last thing is you just talk about worst case scenario. Okay, so you're not spending $100,000, you're not spending $500,000, you're spending $140, $160, whatever it is to start this business. So worst case scenario, you've spent $160, you're getting great products at a discount, the best programs in the world, you'll lose some weight, you'll gain some great friends, be part of a really positive and supportive community. That's the downside. There's really no worst case scenario. So basically you just talk about that and reassure. And then, you might have some fun too. Always throw that in. But then you're just professional, you're very efficient, and you're helpful. So that's the purpose of these calls, not to be salesy, but to be professional, efficient, and helpful. You want to move them along the funnel and get them to a decision. So you've got a gift to share, and you're looking for people who want what you have to offer. So that is what you always need to remember. You're not in the business of convincing. You want to find the people who are looking for you. Okay? That's it.